Tokyo. It's the one place everyone promises they'll go someday. But then you wake up, you look at your bank account, and you hear the rumors. You hear that Tokyo is expensive. You hear that prices are going up. You hear that the era of the cheap yen is over. And to be honest with you, in 2026, those rumors aren't entirely wrong. The game has changed. So here's the challenge I'm putting on the table today. Can you survive? And I don't mean just survive on instant noodles. I mean actually thrive in Tokyo for a full week, 7 days and 6 nights, with a budget of exactly 1,000 US dollars. We are talking about your accommodation, your food, your trains, your tickets, and even your souvenirs. Everything except the flight to get there. Now, before you click away thinking I'm going to tell you to sleep in an internet cafe or camp under a bridge, let me set the ground rules. We are not dirtbag backpackers today. That's a valid way to travel, but it's not what we're doing. We are budget comfort travelers. We have standards. We want hygiene. We want privacy. We want to eat hot meals sitting down. We want the real Tokyo experience, not a survival exercise. But to make this math work in 2026, you need to understand the new economic landscape. First, you have to factor in the government's new policies. You might have heard about the Sayonara Tax. It's officially called the International Tourist Tax. It used to be a negligible 1,000 yen, but as of this year, that departure tax has tripled to roughly 3,000 yen. It's a small hit, but it sets the tone. Japan is actively managing over-tourism by asking visitors to pay their fair share. Then there's the inflation. That bowl of ramen that used to be a reliable 800 yen, it's sitting closer to 1,100 or 1,200 now. Hotels in Shinjuku are using aggressive dynamic pricing algorithms that can double the room rate on a Saturday night. If you book late, you lose. So does $1,000 still work? The short answer is yes, but only if you architect your spending with absolute precision. I'm going to break this $1,000 budget down into 4 pillars: sleeping, eating, moving, and doing. Let's build your trip. The single biggest dream killer in Tokyo, the thing that will blow your budget before you even land, is your hotel bill. In 2026, accommodation prices in central hubs like Shinjuku have stabilized, but they haven't gone down. If you try to book a standard Western-style hotel room for a week, you are going to spend your entire $1,000 just on a place to leave your suitcase. So, we need a strategy. We are going to use what I call the hybrid protocol. For the first 2 nights of your trip, we are going to lean into the culture. We are staying at a high-end capsule hotel. Now, please get that image of a drunken salaryman morgue out of your head. Modern capsules in Tokyo are closer to spaceships than dormitories. We're looking at chains like 9 Hours, specifically the location in Shinjuku or the women-only facility they run nearby. In 2026, these places cost about 7,000 to 8,000 yen a night. That's roughly $45 to $50. It's not just a bed, it's a sleep lab. The pods have biometric sensors that analyze your sleep quality while you rest, and they send a report to your phone in the morning. It's clean, it's futuristic, and it's a story to tell your friends. It's the kind of uniquely Japanese experience you actually want to have. However, here is the reality check that most travel vloggers won't tell you. Capsule life is exhausting. You have to check out every single morning, usually by 10 a.m. so they can clean the pods. You can't leave your stuff in the bed. You have to lock your suitcase in a separate locker room. You can't just lounge around in your underwear after a long day. 2 days of this is an adventure. 7 days is a nightmare. That's why for the next 4 nights we graduate. We move to a business hotel. We're looking at the heavy hitters like APA Hotel or Sotetsu Fresa. In 2026, a standard single room here runs about 13,000 to 15,000 yen. Let's call it $90 a night. Now, let's manage your expectations. These rooms are small. And when I say small, I mean 11 square meters. You will be playing Tetris with your luggage. You can almost touch both walls at the same time, but it is yours. You have a lockable door. You have a private bathroom with a high-tech Toto washlet. You have a cloud-fit bed that is engineered for weight distribution. And here is the secret weapon of the APA chain. Many of them have a Daiokujo, a large public bath, in the basement or on the roof. After walking 20,000 steps around Shibuya, being able to soak in a hot bath for free is a luxury that is worth way more than square footage. So let's look at the math for Pillar 1. 2 nights in the capsule to save cash and get the content. 4 nights in the business hotel to save your sanity. That brings your total accommodation cost to roughly 66,000 yen, or about $440. That is 44% of your budget. It's a lot, but it guarantees you comfort and a central location in Shinjuku, which saves you time and train fare. Now we have $560 left. Let's talk about food. If you tell me you're coming to Tokyo to eat hamburgers or hotel buffet breakfasts, we can't be friends. The food in Tokyo is the best value in the developed world, even with the 2026 price hikes. We are budgeting about 42,000 yen, that's $280 for the week. That sounds tight, but I promise you, you are going to eat like a king if you follow the kombini strategy. Let's start with breakfast. Do not pay for the hotel breakfast. It's usually $20, it's mediocre, and it wastes time. Instead, you walk out of your hotel and into a 7-Eleven, a Lawson, or a Family Mart. You are going to grab the legendary egg salad sandwich. It is iconic for a reason. In 2026, the price has crept up to about 300 yen, or $2, but the quality is untouched. It's that impossibly fluffy milk bread, shokupan, and the rich, yolk-heavy Kewpie mayonnaise. It is savory, it is filling, and it is delicious. Pair that with a hot coffee from the machine next to the register. This is an instant swill. These machines grind the beans fresh for every cup. It costs about 120 yen. So for breakfast, you are fueled, caffeinated, and happy for under $3.50. For lunch, we are looking for fast casual. This is the golden hour for caloric density. You want something heavy that will keep you walking until dinner. Ramen is the obvious choice. A bowl at a major chain like Ichiran or Ippudo, or better yet, a local neighborhood spot, is going to run you about 1,100 yen now. Yes, the days of the 800 yen ramen are mostly gone for tourists in central Tokyo, but $7.50 for a bowl of rich, 24-hour pork bone broth is still a steal. If you're not feeling noodles, you hit the gyudon firewall. Chains like Matsuya, Sukiya, or Yoshinoya. You can get a beef bowl set, that's a bowl of rice topped with simmered beef and onions, plus a miso soup and a salad for about 800 yen. Or if you're really hungry, find a katsuya. Order the katsudon plum. It's a pork cutlet deep fried, then simmered in a savory dashi with egg, served over rice. It's about 700 yen. It is heavy, it is salty, and it is exactly what you need. So your daily lunch is coming in at roughly $7.50. Now, dinner. This is where the budget is at risk. You want to experience the izakaya. This is the Japanese pub culture. Loud greetings, smoke in the air, clinking glasses, and plates of shared food. It is the heart of Tokyo social life. But you need to know about the trap. It's called the otoshi. As soon as you sit down at a traditional izakaya, the waiter will bring you a tiny appetizer. Maybe it's a small bowl of potato salad or some pickled vegetables. You didn't order it. You cannot refuse it. And when you get the bill, you'll see a charge for about 400 to 500 yen per person. Tourists often get angry about this. They call it a scam. It is not a scam. Think of it as a table charge or a service tax. It's just the price of admission. Factor it in. The other danger at dinner is alcohol. A draft beer in an izakaya is usually about 600 to 700 yen, roughly $4 to $5. If you have 3 or 4 beers, you've doubled the cost of your meal. Here is the budget hack. The Strong Zero. You go to the convenience store before dinner. You buy a 500 milliliter can of Strong Zero. It's a vodka-based soda that comes in lemon or grapefruit flavors. It is 9% alcohol. It costs roughly 200 yen, about $1.30. It is efficient. It is aggressive. I'm not saying you should drink a Strong Zero in the park before heading to the restaurant, but I am saying that mathematically, it is the most sound financial decision you can make. If you stick to this routine, kombini breakfast, ramen lunch, and a sensible izakaya dinner, you are spending about 6,000 yen a day. Over 7 days, that hits our $280 target perfectly. I need you to listen closely to this next part because I am about to save you $230 in 10 seconds. Do not buy the Japan Rail Pass. If you are just staying in Tokyo for a week, the JR Pass is mathematically toxic. In late 2023, the price exploded. A 7-day pass now costs 50,000 yen. That is $333. To break even on that pass, you would need to take a bullet train to Kyoto and back basically every other day. For a local Tokyo trip, you will barely spend 15,000 yen on trains all week. Buying the pass is literally burning money. Do not do it. Instead, you are going to use the IC card. You know them as Suica or Pasmo. For a while there, during the chip shortage of 2024, you couldn't buy these physical cards, but in 2026, the supply is back. You can get a physical card at the station machines, but frankly, if you have an iPhone, you don't even need that. Open your Apple Wallet right now, hit the plus sign, select transit card, type in Suica, add $20 using your credit card, boom, you are now a local. You tap your phone at the ticket gate, you tap it at the vending machine, you tap it at the kombini to buy that egg sandwich. It is seamless. Now let's talk about your first test, the airport transfer. You land at Narita, you are tired, you have luggage. You will see signs for the low-cost bus. It's tempting. It's only 1,500 yen, about $10. Here is the problem. That bus drops you off at Tokyo Station. Tokyo Station is a maze, it is crowded, and now you have to drag your heavy suitcase through the commuter rush hour to catch a transfer train to Shinjuku. You will be sweating, you will be stressed, and you will hate your life. For the budget comfort traveler, the correct move is the Narita Express round-trip ticket. This is a special deal exclusive to foreign passport holders. It costs 5,000 yen, about $33 for a round trip. It takes you directly from the airport basement to Shinjuku Station. You have a reserved seat, you have plenty of luggage space, it is quiet, it is fast, it is worth the extra $13 to start your trip with dignity. So budget 5,000 yen for the airport train and another 10,000 yen for your daily subway rides around the city. That brings our transport pillar to $100. We have roughly $180 left in the budget. This is for fun, for tickets, and for shopping. The thing about Tokyo in 2026 is that they have monetized the view. Everyone wants to go to Shibuya Sky. You've seen it on Instagram, the open-air glass deck, the escalator into the clouds. It is stunning. But it costs about 2,500 to 3,000 yen, almost $20. And the real cost is the stress. You have to book it 2 to 3 weeks in advance. If it rains, the roof closes and you're out of luck. If you want to save that money, you need to know about the free view economy. Go to the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building in Shinjuku. We call it Tocho. They renovated the South Observatory recently. It has a piano, a cool souvenir shop called Tokyo Mikke, and most importantly, it is completely free. The view is just as high as the paid towers. Or if you want a hidden gem, go to the Carrot Tower in Sangenjaya. It's a bit further out, but the observation deck is free, it's tripod friendly for you photographers, and on a clear winter day, you get a perfect view of Mount Fuji framing the city. However, there is one paid experience I think is worth your money. Team Lab. You have a choice. Team Lab Planets in Toyosu or Team Lab Borderless in Azabudai Hills. They both cost around 3,800 yen, about $25. If you go to Planets, wear shorts. You are literally walking through knee-deep water. It is a sensory, tactile experience. If you go to Borderless, it's a digital maze. There is no map. You get lost in the art. Pick one. Spend the $25. It is unique to modern Tokyo and it creates memories that photos can't capture. Finally, let's talk about souvenirs. Do not buy souvenirs at the airport, and do not buy them at the tourist traps on Nakamise Street in Asakusa. You go to Don Quixote, affectionately known as Donkey. It is a discount store that feels like a hallucination. The shelves are floor to ceiling, playing loud music, packed with everything from Rolexes to designer bags to weird socks. This is where you buy the Kit Kats, you know, the matcha, the strawberry cheesecake, the sake flavor. At the airport, a box is 1,200 yen. At Donkey, a bag is 250 yen. Here is the rule. Bring your passport. If you spend over 5,500 yen, that's about $37, you can go to the tax-free counter. They will refund the 10% consumption tax instantly in cash. It is the best way to maximize your buying power. We spent $440 on accommodation by mixing capsules and business hotels. We spent $280 on food by eating delicious, high-calorie local staples like ramen and konbini sandwiches. We spent $100 on transport by avoiding the JR Pass and using the smart airport train. We spent about $100 on tickets and tax-free souvenirs. That brings us to $920. We have $80 left over. That is your buffer. That is for the extra beer. That is for the taxi when your feet hurt too much to walk to the subway. That is for the SIM card or the portable Wi-Fi rental. Is $1,000 enough for Tokyo in 2026? Absolutely. Is it a luxury budget? No. You aren't taking taxis everywhere and you aren't eating Wagyu beef every night. But you aren't suffering either. You are traveling with discipline. You are traveling like a local salaryman, eating efficiently, moving smartly, and spending money where it actually counts. And honestly, that isn't a compromise. That is the real Tokyo experience. Now I want to hear from you. Which city's real cost should we architect next? Should we break down Osaka, Seoul, or maybe a budget guide to Kyoto? Let me know in the comments. I'm the Real Cost Architect. Travel smarter. See you out there.